What's up, everyone? So let's talk about Nosferatu. After 12 days in 3,132 theaters, Nosferatu is doing pretty good. Domestically, it pulled in 69.4 million, internationally, almost 31 million, for a total of 100 million so far, and it might make more the next week. Produced on a reported budget of 50 million, Nosferatu is already the highest grossing film of Eggers' acclaimed career, so it's already made a good profit in return, but it's also the fourth horror film of 2024 to hit 100 million globally. Though some critics weren't quite as enamored with Nosferatu as others, the movie is holding strong at 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, based on 218 reviews. A number of revealing shots of an unrecognizable Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok recently leaked online. But even so, the marketing ploy of keeping the creature design under wraps clearly paid off. In terms of the actual look of Orlok, Eggers says he asked himself, what would a dead Transylvanian nobleman actually look like? That was basically where I started from, and I want to still acknowledge Max Schreck's makeup design. The voice of the vampire was Hult and Depp's first impression of Skarsgård in character. Rob had a recording of Bill's voice, and that was fascinating because even through just a phone speaker in the rehearsal room, it was like it got through to your bones, and it was unexpected, but then made perfect sense. You're like, oh, of course, that's how he would sound if he was this nobleman who had been dead for 200 years. It was otherworldly, but rounded in history and truth, and so that was exciting. The whole makeup process took around 6 hours. What's very interesting is not just the physical transformation, not just all the vocal work that he did, but the darkness that he needed to actually inhabit. It sounds silly, but it was real. He told me the kind of things he was thinking about, and it was frightening, and I'm glad he was able to go there. It wouldn't have worked otherwise. In fact, Skarsgård felt deeply haunted by the experience, so much so that even the film itself began to seem very dark to him. I became very obsessed. I was so in that mind state that I felt this is pure evil. I felt that the movie was evil. I think that felt like we were doing some sort of evil, dark magic sorcery at times. I certainly don't feel that way about the movie now that it's complete. I think it's actually beautiful. It's scary and it's horrific, but there's also a lot of beauty in it, and it's sensual and sexual, and it hits on so many different layers. But in terms of reaching out as far as humanly possible away from yourself and gathering whatever it is that you can gather and just transforming yourself, this, I think, probably as far as I'll go in my entire career. They built a lot of sets, but also used real locations. For example, the courtyard of Orlok's castle and the gatehouse was Pernstenge Castle in the Czech Republic, but it was modified. But for the vast majority of things, we built them. Even the cemetery, we built the mausoleum, and we brought in 30 of our own headstones to make it what it needed to be in our film. So if you saw the movie, what do you think about it? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.